Welcome to Trap Bible Stories. Yo, so I'm reading my Bible right. And in Nehemiah 13, God snapped when he let Nehemiah put his paws on folks. But let me rewind, because why y'all ain't tell me we could lay more than just holy hands? But let me catch y'all up. So Nehemiah was working overtime rebuilding Jerusalem. My boy put the walls up. The people were living right. And the covenant was renewed. Everything was good as Gucci. So y'all, Nehemiah was like, alright, my work here is done. Y'all gonna be good if I leave? They were like, yeah, we got it. So y'all, he dipped for a bit and went back to Babylon. But guess what? As soon as Nehemiah left, them folks started acting a plumb fool. Y'all, Nehemiah was chilling back in Babylon with the king, minding his business, until one of his homies pulled up on him like, psst, psst, hey, fam, they wildin' in Jerusalem. Now that you gone, y'all, Nehemiah was like, what? What do you mean they wildin'? I ain't even been gone long. Y'all, he was hot. So my boy packed his bags and pulled up in Jerusalem like, what's good? I leave for 5 minutes, 5 minutes, and y'all turned Jerusalem into a Playboy mansion. Y'all, it was wild. First of all, Tobiah, one of God's ops, was living in the temple. Let me repeat, living, not visiting. Y'all, this man had moved in with his U-Haul parked outside and his feet up on the sacred furniture. Nehemiah was like, not y'all got our enemy in God's house like it's an Airbnb. The audacity. So y'all, Nehemiah did what any logical person would do. In 2026, he grabbed Tobiah's stuff and tossed it out. I'm talking Uncle Phil throwing Jazz Jeff levels of tossing. Y'all, furniture, bags, plates, all of it, by Felicia. And the Levites, who were the temple workers, had quit because nobody was paying their tithes anymore. Y'all, they was so broke, they had to get side hustles working in the fields just to eat. Nehemiah was like, and not y'all letting the church staff starve? What the faith? Is y'all cool? Oh, and y'all, it gets worse. Some of the Israelites had gone and married foreign women, even though God specifically said don't marry them. But there they were pulling a Solomon and Samson and marrying unsaved baddies. And then y'all, on top of all that, they had turned the Sabbath into a full-blown flea market. They were doing temple thrifting. Y'all, it was vendors everywhere selling FUBU, Carl Kanai, and Ralph Lauren. People were buying and selling like it was Black Friday. So y'all, Nehemiah was like, not y'all running Amazon Prime Day on God's day. Y'all, it was a mess. But Nehemiah wasn't having it. Y'all, he shut it down. He locked the gates and banned the vendors, and like an old school episode of Martin, he told them to get to stepping. And let me tell y'all, now Nehemiah didn't just pray about it. He laid hands, and I don't mean to bow your head, let me pray for you kind of hands. No, Nehemiah was pulling hair and throwing hands. He said, oh, y'all wanna act up? Bet we can act up together. So nope, Jesus wasn't the only one laying hands in the temple. Pause, y'all, they kinda deserved it. Anyways, back to the story, because y'all, Nehemiah wasn't just mad for no reason. He loved God and wanted the people to live in obedience so they could stay in God's blessings. He knew sin separated us from God, and he wasn't about to let them go out like that. Anyways, moral of the story, when someone takes the time to get you in alignment with God, don't run back and invite the same people a mess sent to kill you. Moral number 2, it's okay to knuck if you buck when people disrespect and desecrate God's house. Spiritually speaking, of course, maybe. Moral number 3, sometimes God calls you to clean house, not just in the temple, but in your own life. So stop letting your Tobiah camp out where God belongs. Anyways, now go read it for yourself. Nehemiah 13, I want to know what y'all learned. This is Trap Bible Stories with 10 Watts. Oh, and Trap Bible Stories. Book is available on Amazon.